and buried an empire.
There is no fault in him, none, except the law of his God.
They turned prayer into a crime. He opened the window. Before the end, he saw thrones fall, saw gold turn to dust, saw the unseen.
Daniel, greatly beloved man.
Daniel! Servant of the living God! Has your God been able to deliver you from the lions?
O King, live forever.
Before the fire came the silence. The watchmen on the walls were the first to see it, a dark line swallowing the horizon. The standards of Marduk against a gray sky, the ground of Judah trembling beneath 10,000 hooves. And then, Jerusalem burned. Towers that had stood for generations collapsed in a single hour. Courtyards that had heard psalms, heard screams. The sacred gates split beneath the battering rams, and the temple, the place where the Name had dwelt, was invaded by soldiers who carried out the consecrated vessels, piling them onto carts like common plunder. On a distant rise, motionless amid the climbing smoke, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, watched it all from the back of his black war horse. He did not celebrate, he did not rage. He simply observed with the patience of a farmer before a ripened field. A general approached, seeking orders.
O King, live forever.
The city is yours, my lord. What do we take?
The vessels of their temple. And the young, those of noble blood, without blemish, fair of face and quick of mind. Babylon does not harvest only gold. It harvests futures.
Among the rubble, soldiers cleared a path and tore 4 adolescents from the heart of the chaos. Chains on their wrists, ash in their hair, the blaze of the burning temple reflected in their eyes. Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah. The column of captives departed before dawn, and the march crossed weeks of desert. On one of those nights, beneath cold stars, despair reached Azariah.
He was left behind, Daniel. Our God stayed in the ruins.
And it was Daniel who answered him with his eyes on the sky.
He who made the stars does not stay behind, Azariah. If we go to Babylon in chains, perhaps it is because we would not go any other way.
And there, in the middle of the desert, the four knelt facing the direction they had come from. A guard saw them from afar, frowned, said nothing. At the end of the road, she appeared, Babylon. Walls so wide that chariots raced along their tops. The Ishtar Gate rising in deep blue, covered in golden bulls and dragons. Hanging gardens touching the clouds. The four passed through the gates with their heads held high, and the crowds, the noise, and the gold of the city closed in around them. In the palace courtyard, Ashpenaz, chief of the king's officials, walked the line of chosen youths, appraising eyes, chins, shoulders. Before each one, he marked his tablet and pronounced a new name, names of the gods of Babylon, laid upon the captives along with the new garments of the court.
Hanabeah, you are Shadrach, by the command of Aku. Mishael, who is what God is. In Babylon, Aku, you are Meshach. Daniel, here you are Belteshazzar. May Bel protect the king. Azariah, you will answer to Abednyani. 4 names, 4 servants of Babylon.
When the last record was marked, Daniel raised his voice.
You may change what men call me, my lord, but you cannot change who answers when I call.
3 years, Hebrew. That is what Babylon takes to undo a man and remake him. We shall see what is left of you.
That first night, in the quarters of the exiles, Daniel walked to the western wall, where there was a closed window. He opened it. The night wind came in, carrying the distant murmur of the city in celebration. Daniel found his bearings by the stars, turned toward Jerusalem, and knelt. One by one, the other 3 knelt beside him, and 4 voices rose softly in the tongue of their fathers before the open window. The days of training began. The language of the Chaldeans, the writing on the tablets, the mathematics of the heavens. And in the hall of the young trainees, the tables bent beneath the weight of royal delicacies, succulent meats, white breads, perfumed wine from the king's own table, food that, before arriving there, had passed across the altars, offered to the gods of Babylon before priests and incense. The youths of the other nations rushed forward, hungry. The 4 stood motionless. Daniel sought out the official responsible and asked, in private, not to defile himself with the king's food and wine. The man went pale.
My neck is bound to your face, Hebrew. If the king finds you thinner than the others, the first head to fall is mine.
Then do not risk your neck for my faith. Risk 10 days, vegetables and water, nothing more. On the 10th day, examine us yourself. Let your own eyes decide.
Not one more.
10 days passed. On the 10th, the official walked the line of youths, examining face after face. Those who had eaten the royal delicacies were heavy with wine, their eyes clouded from a poorly slept night. Before the four, he stopped. Firm skin, clear eyes, the posture of rested soldiers. He shook his head slowly and ordered that from that day on, no one was to touch the diet of those Hebrews. 3 years passed over the Euphrates, and in those 3 years the four grew in all knowledge and wisdom, surpassing every young man in the empire. But to Daniel was given something more, a rare gift and a dangerous one: the understanding of visions and dreams. The day of the final examination arrived before the throne. The royal hall rose in gold from floor to ceiling, columns like petrified cedars, incense climbing in blue pillars. Nebuchadnezzar personally interrogated the youths of every nation, question after question.